Hi everyone! Yes, well, I'm back again, and it's for Ataku's reactions, yes. Today we're going to be doing the first of the double episode Power Rangers team-ups, and this is actually the official first two-parter. Although the episodes aren't simply titled Parts 1 and 2, they do have individual titles, and it's Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, episodes 30 and episodes 31, the to the 10th power and the power of pink. Okay, so everything's ready, so let's sit back, relax, and enjoy. So we open on a sort of desert planet, kind of looks a bit like Tatooine or Jakku, and it's an alien creature that's come to deliver something to Deviant. And yes, the box has some very familiar looking data cards inside it that we might remember from the end of the previous season, Power Rangers in Space. And yes, it turns out that the alien was going to double cross Deviant, so Deviant's blasted him. And now we cut to the Scorpion Stinger. So it looks like these data cards, all serious Ranger fans know who they are. But yes, he's explaining to Kina that they are indeed evil warriors that were digitized into data cards, even though technically, because they came back at the end of Power Rangers in Space as ghosts, then they returned to their solid forms using the data card technology to basically bring themselves back to life. But yeah, and then they were actually digitized, but they were destroyed the first time. So yes, he's reanimated the cards, and it looks like the new bad guys are taking form, and yes, we can clearly see who they are. It's the Psycho Rangers, and I'll just go back to 1999 quickly. I remember watching this after school one Friday, and when I saw that it was the Psycho Rangers, I remember my jaw literally dropped. So we cut into the Lost Galaxy intro, which is actually a very decent theme song. It's not quite as catchy as the ones that came before it, saying Go Go Power Rangers will always be number one, but Power Rangers in Space theme song was really good. Flying higher than ever before, yeah. This isn't a Ron Wasserman tune, so it's still a decent tune, yeah. So we cut back to the Tatooine, like desert planet. It could be that planet Onyx that was featured in Space, and then later in Lost Galaxy without as many special effects. That sort of gambling Wild West type planet with all the monsters on it. So we cut back to the Scorpion Stinger. So it looks like Psycho Blue's not happy to follow Trakina's plan, so Deviant's activated some electronic shocking devices to keep them in line. So now, yes, we're on Terror Adventure with Damon and Maya. The hand creeps out the ground and trips Damon up, so he drops half his groceries. and another one's popped out and dragged Maya into the ground. Yeah, this was a technique that they also used in Power Rangers in Space when Psycho Yellow and Pink captured Cassie. Oh, Psycho Black's behind Damon and has pulled in through thin air. Well, no, it's actually through a wall. So, Blue and Pink have intercepted Hendrix and Kai. So they're trying to morph, but the Psycho Rangers have just stopped them, and looks like they've got them now. So now we cut to Leo in one of the forest domes of Terra Venture, and he's practicing his martial arts. And he hears a kid apparently crying. Oh, that's a strong kid. He's practically just threw Leo. Oh, it's Psycho Red in disguise. So Leo's morphed. And Psycho Red's clearly tossing Leo around. And Psycho Red's demorphed him.
Who are you? You don't know me? I'm Psycho Red.
Well, looks like that same familiar cloaked figure has arrived to save Leo. Oh, and he's shooting him with a very familiar looking blaster.
Dare such insolence! They're not going to get away from me!
So yes, the figure's taken Leo to safety.
Thanks. Whoever you are. You're welcome.
Yes, and it turns out it's Andros.
I was there. The day you and the Rangers saved the Earth. Who is Psycho Red? Everything you are. Except he's exactly the opposite. And twice as powerful. He'll stop at nothing to destroy you. Come on. They'll be coming back.
So yes, now Andros and Leo have gone back to the Astro Megaship with Alpha and Micah there. So it looks like Alpha's happy to see Andros.
Hey, Alpha. Okay. It's great to see you too. Right now we have to worry about the other Rangers.
Absolutely.
I'm Mike.
So Mike's introducing himself to Andros.
Picking up unusual frequencies. Locking on now. Do you suppose it's the Rangers?
Industrial Dome. let's get going. Wait. I know how they think. Psycho Red didn't capture you, Leo, but they know you'll try to save your friends. You have an idea? Deca, is the power vault still sealed?
Affirmative.
It's time to break it open.
So it looks like, yeah, Andros needs to go into the ship's power vault to find something.
Vault temperature dropping to normal. It is safe to enter.
It looks like there are the 5 astromorphers there. I just got... When I saw this as a kid, I remember thinking, God, so all that time, those morphers have been in there, and the Galaxy Rangers never knew when they practically live on the megaship. And obviously, yeah, they wouldn't know if they were sealed away, but it's kind of odd, isn't it, that there just happens to be 5 morphers there, belonging to legendary Rangers that saved the entire universe, and that they never knew. So it looks like Drakina has the other 4 Rangers trapped in a force field.
Excellent work, Didiot.
Oh, you are right, my queen. Thank you. With their improved powers and my brains, the Rangers are as good.
Oh, there's a big explosion. Yes. And there's Leo coming in his Morph form.
Hey, Leo!
Leo!
That's a really heroic entrance, big explosion, and him coming there to the rescue, and then, oh, another Red Ranger steps up beside him.
I brought along an old friend. Bet you didn't expect to see me again.
Two Red Rangers. I'll go down in history.
You'll be sorry you ever returned when he and I get through with you.
Make me proud.
Right. Time for a Psycho Ranger Rumble. Let's do it. Come on.
So yes, Andros and Leo want to attempt to carry the, to draw the Psycho Rangers away from the warehouse. Oh, it looks like the power vault's being opened. Alpha's heard the door. Oh, it looks like the other 4 morphers are being taken. And by the sleeves of the shirts that we can see, they look very familiar. And yes, Mike has now sneaked into the warehouse so he can rescue the others. I say, I did like the Magna Defender character, but I kind of preferred him when he was just a solid character, because his story arc was very dark, I suppose. But it was always good to have Mike back after he supposedly was killed at the beginning of this Lost Galaxy season. But clearly they can't really kill anyone, so they brought him back to be the new Magna Defender, which was good. So now all the Galaxy Rangers are together with Andros.
Anyone want to run for it? Now's the time.
In your dreams, there may be 7 of you, but you still don't have a chance against us.
There may only be 7 of us, but we can still take care of you guys.
Well, you managed to do it with basically 5 to 6 of you, including Zane.
How about 11 of us?
Oh, yeah, looks like the cavalry's arrived. And it's TJ, Cassie, Carlos, and Ashley. And Carlos has got his hair.
This is great. Yeah. Oh, yes, it can. Ready? Let's rock it.
Yes, this is the time to mention about the team-ups, is that they tend to use, in most of them, they tend to use both theme songs, both the previous team and the current team, which really works very well.
All right. You guys ready to join the party?
As I say, it's a real pity that a lot of them don't tend to include the 6th Ranger. The only problem with them, some do since this one, but yeah, and you've got those kind of big explosions that go off behind them when they morph during the team-ups. Yeah, as I say, yeah, because it seems since Mike's there, I mean, yeah, he's taking out Villamax and Deviot while the Ranger teams fight their Psycho equivalents. But it would actually be good, maybe to bring Zane back as well. I'm not sure why, was it Justin Nimmo? I don't know if he was contacted to come back and he couldn't make it, or whether or not they just went with the 5 Space Rangers. It would be good to have someone there to help with Mike, since though Deviot and Villamax is fighting. But as I say, this choreography is so well synced. So now we cut to Kendricks and Cassie, and they're taking out Psycho Pink very easily. So what's been said is that Deviot's enhanced the powers even further of the Psycho Rangers, but with two Ranger teams, there's still no match for them. So yeah, TJ and Kai in a very well choreographed martial arts, making mincemeat of Psycho Blue. Ooh! And Kai's body slams Psycho Blue. So yeah, Carlos and yeah, so Carlos is Psycho Black and Damon's there. So even though technically Damon's a Green Ranger, I suppose Psycho Black is his equivalent. So yeah, so Maya and Ashley. So yeah, finally now with Mike and Deviot and Villamax. He was able to take them out both himself, considerably that they are both very powerful. So it looks like the Psycho Rangers just won't give up. So, well, the Galaxy Rangers are now summoning the Lights of Orion, while Andros is powering up the Spiral Saber. I really like that. He can combine his Astro Blaster with his Spiral Saber and make it into like a sort of, you know, giant blaster thing. And they've got the Quadra Blaster, the other 4. So yes, finally, the Galaxy Rangers are initiating power-up mode. And it looks like the Psychos are done.
The Psycho Rangers!
The day will come.
When you will be defeated!
So we cut back to the Mega Ship where...
I can't believe you're all
yes, it's all one big reunion for everyone.
It's just like the good old days.
How did you know?
Well, Alpha sent out a distress signal.
Just doing my job.
So, can you stay?
Not for too long. We're needed back on Earth.
Hey, at least we can get a tour.
Yeah, it isn't every day you get to visit Terra Venture.
I volunteer to give you the grand tour.
Oh, so we cut back to the battle scene. You can see all the wreckage of the Psycho Rangers. Yeah, seeing things like this in Power Rangers looks a little bit graphic, but hey. Oh, looks like there's one Psycho Ranger that's not quite done with, and it's Psycho Pink.
Psycho Pink.
Oh, and Deviot's arrived, and he's clearly not very happy that they failed.
You have disappointed me. I will give you one more chance. This time, you will annihilate anyone and anything that comes in your way.
I do not get it. Well, I don't think she'll be much use against 11 Rangers, you know, on her own. Okay. So that was the episode 30 to the 10th power, and I say that came as a real surprise. I remember the first time I watched it, I was 9 years old, and I remember just waiting for the second rerun of the series so I could tape it, because I had no idea that it was coming, that the team up was coming. But I taped it and I watched it so many times the second time. So yeah. Oh, sorry, the episode is just frozen a bit. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, so my internet can sometimes be a bit slow, but come on, we're nearly there, we're nearly there. Yes, right, so yes, we're on to our adventure with all the Rangers, and they're being introduced to the Galactabeasts.
They're incredible.
We never had anything like this in the Rangers.
Oh, and Cassie's on top of the Wildcat,
I'm going surfing.
and she's dancing on the top of the Galactabeast. I don't think that's a very good idea.
Yeah, they seem to be getting along just fine.
Oh dear, it looks like the Wildcat's copying her. That's kind of a good technique, even though the Galactabeasts are supposed to be living beings that can transform into a robotic form, but they can kind of control them like telepathically, a bit like the Alien Rangers control the battle balls. So back on the Scorpion Stinger, and it looks like Deviot's making repairs to
10 Rangers.
Psycho Ping.
Destroy them all, and I'll take my place as Queen of the Universe. Deviant,
Yes.
I want Psycho Ping to destroy all the Rangers.
Yes, my queen. Psycho Pig will be stronger than ever.
I'm not interested in all the Rangers. I only want the Pink Ranger.
It looks like she isn't happy to go after all the Rangers, just her obsession, yes, to destroy the 2 Pink Rangers. And she's pulled off that controlling device that Deviot put on her, so...
Very impressive. You'll listen to me.
She's got her Psycho Arrow,
No one
threatening to shoot Trakina, keep her in line.
you will regret this.
Oh, but Villamax has shielded her.
Not as much as you.
Oh god, it's freezing again. So sorry about this, guys. Right, yeah. Oh, it seems that, Drakina's happy to let Psycho Pink go and deal with the Pink Rangers. I'll just skip past the intro since we've already heard it once. Too late. Oh well. Doesn't matter. So back to Terror Adventure, and Kendricks is looking in the Galaxy book at a picture of a quite a big sword. Yeah, it does look really like the sword of Final Fantasy VII, like Linkara said. So I have played Final Fantasy VII before, and it is very reminiscent of it. So yeah, Psycho Pink's using her ability to travel through telecommunication lines, and she's now. So she's inside Kendricks' computer. And Kendrick has discovered that sword is on a planet that Terra Ventura apparently seems to be just next door to at this moment. And now, yeah, Psycho Pink's come out the computer and she's reading Kendrick's mind. So she's run out of the control tower, and coincidentally Cassie's there waiting for her.
What's going on? It's Psycho Pink. She's alive. She's discovered the savage sword! Psycho Pink! You two alone don't have a chance against me! Go! Galactic! The bucket!
So yeah, it's the first time we get to see the two different morphs together, which is kind of good.
Once I get the savage sword, I'll be unstoppable! She got away! Oh, no! What's the savage sword? It's more powerful than all the Quasar Sabers combined. I saw the savage sword in the Galaxy book. Psycho Pink read my mind. I've got to stop her! Wait! No! This is all happening because of me. Hey, come on. We Pink Rangers have to stick together, right?
Oh my lord. So Kendricks is happy to intercept Psycho Pink on her own. It's a bit selfish. No, not selfish, but stubborn. Oh, please, will you stop this fucking freezing? Ugh! I say I do apologise for this, guys. I don't know why it's slowed down a bit, but. looks like they've got a huge battalion of Stinglings to intercept the remaining 8 Rangers. Yeah, obviously I know Mike works in the control tower for Terraventry. He's an officer, that's probably why he's in there. So yeah, civilian fight with all of them. So now they're all morphed up. And Deviot's turned up to wait the Sting. So yeah, Psycho Pink's arrived on the planet Rashon.
Stay alert, Cassie. We can't let Psycho Pink find the sword before we do.
It looks like they're too late because Psycho Pink's found the sword in a stone. Yeah, so like the Quasar Sabers, the Savage Sword is in a stone.
Finally, a Psycho Ranger will rule. Invincible!
Uh-oh.
No! Don't do it! It's payback time.
So she's pulling the sword from the stone. So yes, apparently the Savage Sword doesn't have to choose anyone to pull it, like the Quasar Sabers, but it's supposed to be evil, so yeah. Psycho Pink's definitely would be worthy of it. And it looks like it can change its form.
The Savage Sword grows more powerful with each blow. You okay?
Looks like Psycho Pink's using the sword to drain some of Cassie's power. And yes, it's repairing her damages from the last battle. Oh! Look, sorry. I admit this is probably pissing you off, guys, but it's pissing me off as much, this constant freezing. So don't worry, I'm there with you. I'm feeling exactly how you're feeling. If you are enjoying this. Yeah, so now Villamax is being battled by Kai and TJ, and yeah, Carlos and Damon are taking down some Stingers. Oh dear! So Psycho Pink's demorphed Cassie and has removed the morpher from her wrist.
Shit for you, pig brain. I'll get you later. Your morpher holds much power.
Don't do it!
And that power will be mine!
So Psycho Pink wants the power from Cassie's morpher,
Yes!
and she's using the Savage Sword to smash the morpher and release it, and it's created a sort of big pink cyclone.
What's happening?
So Psycho Pink's absorbed some power. And she's changed to her monster form.
Seems like there's some kind of high energy disturbance.
Engine's full, reverse thrust.
So it looks like, yeah, the disturbance on Rashomon is now affecting Terra Adventure since they're right next to it. So it turns out, yeah, this is the point that's been brought up, like the Ranger powers are sort of connected to their life energy. So yes, it turns out as Cassie's morph is being drained, her life energy is also being drained, which is why she's getting more and more weak. Oh, so it looks like the Galaxy Megazord's arrived to take out Psycho Pink. Oh dear. Looks like Cassie's not. Cassie doesn't appear to be doing very well.
If Donna holds on, I know we're gonna beat this.
So here the Rangers arrive in the Astro Mega ship. Now, this is what answers brought up a question I wondered that Linkara actually answered in his space review. But yeah, it turns out the shuttle was probably, they used the shuttle to travel to Terra Adventure, the Space Rangers did, because it would explain the fact that even though the Galaxy Rangers had the Mega ship, that they never tried to form the Astro Megazord because they don't have the shuttle. Not that they need to anyway, since they've got the Galactabeast and Torazord. So this is a full original Megazord battle in American footage, which is cool. This is really cool. So it looks like, yeah, with Cassie's life on the line, Kendricks has to take some drastic action. So Kendricks is trying to get through the tornado, which is clearly very dangerous since it keeps forcing her back. Oh yeah, and the Astro Megazord used its finishing move with the saber to strike Psycho Pink, as have the Galaxy Rangers with the Galaxy Megazord saber. Yeah, that's the end of Psycho Pink. So Terra Adventure's being sucked in by the effect of the cyclone as well. And Kendricks is still trying to get in to destroy the sword while the Rangers are running to their aid. Oh, so she's inside now. So the Rangers are running towards her, begging her not to strike the sword, but yeah. So yeah, looks like the sword is now destroyed. Considering how powerful the sword was, it only takes one blow from one Quasar Saber to destroy it. So the Cyclone's now gone.
It's gone, sir.
So yes, well, Kendrix is now in energy form. She's demorphed, and so I do know what the behind the scenes reason for this was. We'll talk about that when we get to the end. So she's now like a spirit.
I'll always be here.
So yeah, it appears Kendrix has she's had to sacrifice her life to save Cassie. So it was very sad. Yeah, this was actually, I do remember this very well, and it was very shocking to actually see a Ranger supposedly die. It was the first time we had a real death. But as again, like with Mike, yeah, we all know that most Ranger fans, serious fans, know that she does come back at the end. So Cassie's morph is now repaired.
We'll never forget what happened here.
So we cut back to the megaship bay, where it's a very sad goodbye.
So you think be okay? I think so.
We have to be. We still have a mission to protect Terra Venture. Yeah. And we have our mission too.
Yeah.
Thanks for all your help.
I really wish things had turned out differently.
Yeah, me too.
So yes, Cassie's debating now whether she should stay or go, clearly.
We all took a risk.
And Andros comes to,
She knew that.
persuade her that she knows what the right decision is.
Me too. But we've got to continue our mission. Kendrick sacrificed her powers to destroy the Savage Sword so that you could get yours back. She would want you to carry on. You know that.
You're right. Let's go.
So it's quite a hard lesson here, yeah, that being, being a ranger, this proves that there is risks to it.
It was an honor fighting with you guys. No, Leo. The honor was all ours. Until next time.
So the Space Rangers are now hopping onto the Galaxy Gliders.
Let's do it.
And there they go, so they're left.
What do we do now?
And the other remaining 4 Galaxy Rangers are left just wondering what to do. So yes, it's a sad ending to such a great, two-parter, but okay. Right, so yes, just before we wrap up, I will say a few quick words. Yes, that was the first real official team up for Power Rangers. As a classic, a blast from the past for me. I watched it so many times as a kid because Lost Galaxy was, a great season overall. But for me, this came as a real surprise, as I think it did to many fans. Okay, yes. So quickly, yes, as we say, that I know that the reason why they had to write Kendricks out the show was because her actress Valerie Vernon was unfortunately diagnosed with leukemia and she had to leave the show to undergo her treatment. But fortunately, we do know that yes, the treatments were successful and she became leukemia free because she does reprise the role in the next team up. But she didn't come back in Super Mega Force, so they brought Crone, who is her replacement. And speaking of that, I will probably do just to kind of because it'd be the right thing to do. I will probably do the follow-up episode to this one. So yes, well, as usual, thanks all for watching. You are all awesome, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, and before I say, I really do apologise for those times that it freezed. So thanks again. Bye.